Slight change of pace now as we move over to You and Gold for a new travelogue. It's called Neil and Martin's Bon Voyage. It arrived on Tuesday the 25th of March, and here is a clip.
A French adventure with two old friends.
Here we are. Come on, Sanjay.
Having some fun reminiscing.
With my old mucker. You haven't really changed. Do something funny, because you're the naughtiest.
With some big challenges.
Yes. You got enough pain?
Très bien, Neil.
Exceptional.
A journey worth remembering.
Yes, so this is available as a box set on Sky box sets, Virgin TV box sets, and Now TV. Okay, it's a 3-parter, and if you're of my generation, Hannah, you'll remember Men Behaving Badly, which starred Martin Clunes and Neil Morrissey, and of course Leslie Ash and Caroline Quentin, and it was a kind of new lads sitcom of the 90s when everything was all about lads, wasn't it? Lads mags, and girls had to be ladettes. Great times. At the time, Morrissey was already kind of on his way because he'd been in Boone. He'd also been in the film The Bounty, hadn't he? About the mutiny on the Bounty. But it certainly shot Clunes to fame. And the two of them, became quite notorious, didn't they? And on the back of that, they did a travelogue around Australia. Okay. Many years later, now they're in their early 60s, both of them, and they've diversified into various other things. But they're hooking up for a road trip around France, and one of the reasons is that Morrissey actually has a second home in France, so that's where they're set. And I mean, we always complain about there's too many celebrity travelogues, and it is true. But I did enjoy seeing these two get together, and we did do an interview with them. It was virtual over Zoom, but they were just cracking each other up. They were great value, and in this you just get a sense of that lovely friendship, and it's fun. It's not so much about the travelogue, it's more about them kind of hanging out, and they're reminiscing, and cracking silly jokes and having lots of drinks and just going to a few sites and activities, the usual thing with the celeb travelogue. But I just really like both of them. And they've both gone on to do straight acting, haven't they, really, as well, in various projects. And, of course, Clunes has moved to the country as well and has his own production company. So, yeah, I liked it. It's just easy watch, good fun. What did you think?
Well, I really love this pairing, and I just think that when you've got a friendship like they do after, over so many years, and as you say, Men Behaving Badly, I was a big fan of that. It just works, doesn't it? They're both really comfortable in front of the camera lens. You feel like they're not acting, they're just talking to each other, that you're getting an insight. It feels very comfortable, doesn't it? Like an old pair of slippers watching these two. Just really kind of warm, and the kind of thing that you just sort of sit back and think, oh, that's nice. I don't have to think anymore. I can just absolutely enjoy this. It's a bit of a favourite of mine to feel like that. And this really does hit the mark. And I don't know. I feel like I see Martin Clunes far more than I do Neil these days on different things. And his life is really interesting anyway. He sort of shuns the spotlight to a degree, but keeps his, finger in the showbiz world to a degree by doing things like this. But it feels very much on his terms, and I really quite like that. He's got to a point in his life where he can choose what he does, and it just feels like loads of fun. It's in a world where everything's sensationalized. It's not, and it's just really nice to see a really strong friendship, and the two of them just having a good laugh, and some nice backdrops to boot.
Yeah, and in fact, I mean, they both in different ways had challenging childhoods. So Neil Morrissey, grew up in care, and he's talked about that a lot. And it's just good to see them. I mean, they've both been really successful, and as you say, neither of them really crave the limelight, do they?
They don't court it, really, do they?
They seem to be in a good place and very contented and enjoying being reunited for this trip.